Namaste, welcome to Love Wins. Welcome to this space. Welcome to my channel. Today's message is this is a multi-dimensional message. There's a lot of layers to it, and I'm going to try my best to be of service, okay? We're going to get into energy, the current energy, spiritual warfare. We're going to get into all of it, okay? I've had some cards that I pulled yesterday after my last video, and I was in meditation and I was doing what I do, I read the energy and I process what's showing up in my reality, the micro to the macro, as within, so without, as above, so below. So when there is a lot of chaos energy in my fields, I step back, center, ground. Center and ground. Many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. I just stop lifing and observe. It's a reminder to observe, because life lesson, life understanding, life understanding is that not everything is yours. Okay? The things you're feeling, if you don't learn what's yours, meaning what is your energy, by doing the work, going within, sitting with emotions, the healing journey that we've been talking about on this channel, that you as an awakened person has been doing this stuff. We've been doing this stuff, making each day count. And then there's people who aren't doing that. People who are triggering and triggers and being triggered and projecting. Hold on. That could have been more perfect. Help me. That's what they say. Help me. Okay, this is gonna go deep. I have to close my door. I paused that at 3:14. That's funny. I was born at 3:14 a.m. Rebirth baby. But the numbers. I'm in this place of transcending the numbers, because the numbers are the matrix, right? We use them waking up to it. I like to, in my understanding, the numbers are like guiding you out, because you start to be aware, and they help you become more aware. And they're like guiding you into what a synchronicity is, right? And it's just confirmation of the inner reflecting in the outer. But okay, this is multi-dimensional, guys. So much is happening at once. It's the inner, synchronicities are the inner reflecting the outer. But to truly awaken, we step outside of the numbers, because time is not linear, and that's all a trap for the wheel, right? Bella's in here. She has her headphones on. She's listening to music. The dog came in my room, opened my door. Jacob is sleeping. She's on her phone in her world. I have to close the door when I'm recording. I don't know what that is or why that is, but it's something that I feel like this is a sacred space. And I don't know, I can't explain it, but it's something, it's a thing. And even though I don't care who hears what I say because I put it out there, right? This space is sacred. This moment, this now, it's like I'm creating this bubble. Funny, my ex-husband used to say one of the things that upset me so much is that he could not see what I was explaining to him, and he said that I lived in a bubble, and it like made me feel different and like I wasn't normal because I lived in this bubble that was so outside of reality. But like a gift and a curse, a blessing, like you find the blessings and the misfortunes, perceived misfortunes. That bubble was strength because I can create a bubble. I can create my own reality bubble and project it into the worlds, right? Magic. Jedi mind trick. But for real, like, he would also accuse me of being manipulative, and it upset me because I associated manipulative with bad. Okay, do you see how I was getting into... I was just about to go super deep with a super trigger and a super trauma and something I've super been transmuting and shifting, and Bella completely jumps in and interrupts me. And then I have to explain to her how what she's doing is rude. And now I have to come back here and come back to my thoughts. Needless to say, it's why I just like the door closed. But that little girl by my side. I'm going to give an analogy since I've already started with the ex-husband. He used to say I was like a booger. A booger that was stuck to his finger and he couldn't shake off. And like the first time my heart hurt, the first stab was I was smothering him and he broke up with me after an abortion. And then of course there was so many different times getting back together. But I had an abortion. Not wanted to. Agreed that this was what we were going to do for our futures so we can build properly before children. This must be coming up because it's a super wound that's needing to be released and let go. Okay. Broke up with me. Very traumatic. It was very traumatic. Anyways, we got back together. We had kids. We got married. We got married because we had kids, and it was a make it or break it stage. Like, it was an ultimatum marriage. Love was gone a long time ago. Love was gone a long time ago. And the two of us, if we were in healed states or on healing paths, would have like understood that, but we didn't. Okay? And hurt people hurt people. I started going on a healing path. He started going on the answer is at the bottom of the bottle, and maybe one day I'll find that answer. And that's literally his words, his saying. You know, I'm not projecting. That was something he used to say to me. Why he's coming up in my energy, you know, there's lots of people coming up in my energy. I dreamed of someone last night. I dreamed of somebody, an ex, who has a unicorn tattoo, who is actually right now in recovery from brain cancer, that I just found out about. This person was in my dream last night. I gave him a card, and the card had that unicorn on it. Oh, funny. This unicorn, but it's not rainbow. Okay, the card, this unicorn was on the card, and I was giving him the card in my dream, but two men, the men that were staying at the Airbnb when we were in Florida on this recent trip, there was a couple from Indiana. a male couple, and they were there for 3 months, and they were really sweet, and I had a few conversations with them, and Bella was painting at the pool, and she gifted them each a painting on our last day, and the guy came and knocked on her door and tipped her $5 for her art, and she was super excited, and I let her spend her money. She bought a little pink cat at the gas station on the way up. You know, when you go to the Loves and they have all those little stuffed animal plushies, and kids always want one. You know, the marketing traps. Well, she spent her own money on her cat, and anyways, why am I saying this? I don't know, but they were in my dream last night as well. And when I was walking through the hallway, I was living in some kind of dorm, and I was going to deliver the card. They walked by and grabbed the card and said, "Oh, thank you," and like opened it up and took the card, and I was like, "I'm glad you like it." You know, like, I didn't stand up for myself. I didn't say that wasn't your card. I didn't say that was for someone else. I just let them have it. And then they threw the envelope on the floor, and I picked up the envelope, and then was gonna deliver the empty envelope, I guess, because like maybe he would see the card anyways. I don't know what the thought process was. It was a dream, guys. But woke up, had to pee. It was right before sunrise. It was like dark, raining heavy, nice rain, laid in bed, listened to the rainfall for a while, fell back asleep, had another dream. I'm at the beach, hurricane. There's a hurricane coming. Me and Bella are at the beach. We get a cheapy motel, like, and I feel like I've been there before. But it's like, it's kind of feels like Daytona Beach type of area, and it's nighttime, and she's hungry, and we're going to the beach to get tacos, but like we're there and there's no taco stand anymore, and it's like there are people playing on the beach, and the hurricane is coming, and the storm cloud there's like this big giant dark storm cloud. Another interruption. Big giant storm cloud, and then my other sister, the one who lives in South Florida, was there with her kids. And all of a sudden we're talking, and it's like normal that we're just hanging out at the beach pre-hurricane, and then there's like all of these other kids jumping in what looked like a disc, like a circle. You know when you go in the fun house and that revolving circle thingy, and you always try to go all the way around it. You know, some people can, some people are tall enough to like go around it. But kids try, and they start getting up and they fall down. Like the hamster wheel, okay? It's like a big giant float, though. Like when you go out on the water and kids jump on those air floats, but it's a circular portal-looking thing with lights, and they're in there jumping and playing. And we're at the beach, and there's a hurricane coming, and it's normal, and I'm chilling with my sister, and she escorts me back to my dumpy-ass motel room, which, okay, if there was a hurricane, it was like paper walls. I felt safe. I was safe, you know. It was normal, and I was safe. There's a metaphor to this. I've journaled it. Maybe it's me delivering this is for somebody, but storm is coming, and I'm safe in a cardboard dumpy dump, and kids are playing in a portal. Okay, so that's that. Message needs to be delivered. How can I be of service? Now, current energy, this read that I pulled yesterday, this is the emotions are running high. Supermoon energy. Now we are entering Taurus season. I am a Taurus. In the traditional saying birthday month, but like this is a big part of this. This is a big part of this message. Like, I don't celebrate birthdays anymore. And for a long time, I haven't, you know. And it's not because of a bad thing. It's just something that I didn't resonate with a long time ago, and then was forced to celebrate. And it just didn't feel like, it's not like, oh, everyone forgets my birthday, so I just don't celebrate my birthday anymore, boo-hoo, type of thing. And I'm saying this compassionately because there are people who feel that way. But I've transcended that. That's back to the numbers, keeping you looped in this hamster wheel of time. I'm a multi-dimensional being here being. I said mean, didn't I? A multi-dimensional being on a spiritual mission. That was Spirit telling me, slow down and speak. See, okay, this is something in my past that I've struggled with in relationships. I process fast. I'm like a supercomputer. My Mercury is at 29 degrees in my third house of communication, where my Taurus stellium is. Like, I've mastered Mercury, mastered communication. It's already been mastered. Past life came into this life with it. So having that throat chakra block at a very young age and being shy and afraid to speak and afraid to communicate and afraid to say no was like, that was the black magic curse on my life. Like, she's gonna have to learn how to stand up for herself, because when she does, like, message is gonna be sharp. Demon Slayer type of energy, right? Your beliefs are right for you. This is my belief. This is my belief. Okay? Your belief is for you. Not everybody will subscribe to your belief, and that's okay. We are all... This needs to come out. Let's put this one on my board. But individuality. Each person has their own personalized study plan in this earth school, okay? So when you come up across people whose beliefs are different than yours, that's where we practice discernment. And we let them be on their path, and we go be on our path. Like, we don't have to subscribe to the labels. Mother, father, sister, husband, wife, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, ex. Like, those are all just labels. They don't matter. They don't matter. They're just parts of this matrix, okay? Parts of this matrix. Let's take a second. Let's take a breath and let's clear some energy real quick. And then we're going to go deeper. It smells so good. All right. Emotions are running high. Okay. Remember I said, like, you're thinking about somebody probably because they're thinking about you. I'm going to get into, like, this. Okay, so, like, there's two kinds of people. There's hurting and there's healing. You're either healing or you're hurting. Now, you could still feel hurt on the healing path. Okay, it's not like, I'm choosing healing, ding, 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 it doesn't hurt anymore. It doesn't work like that, okay? But there's an action that you take, that you are stepping into the direction of healing, meaning when things come up, you're gonna face them. You're gonna go to war with that fight so you can eventually slay that demon. It's an internal thing. And then there's the people that they're not doing that. Okay, they don't care to do that. They don't want to do that. They don't believe they need to do that. They feel it's your job. It was all you, so why should I have to do that? They're unaware. Like, it's not for them. Okay? Okay, it's not for them, but it's for you. Now, when you make it for you, when you choose to make it for you, and you step in that direction, where is it? Because it came out, you know, this direction. When you step in this direction, self-love, on the path, okay? When you come into this, zoom it in so you can read it. Move my little dirt fingers. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself. I long to take care of myself like never before. Okay? Give without expectations. Give to self this path. Give to self this path, okay? When you step into that path, you are clearing old energy. You are forgiving versions of yourself that either did things that are not in integrity, in alignment with your heart, with self, or you've allowed things to happen to you. You've allowed realities to exist. You've existed in ways that you don't wish to be anymore. So you forgive those parts of you to release them, to make space for new parts of you. Okay, it ain't about anybody else. And that's what we come here to understand. That's what we come here to accept. Okay? Radical acceptance in the now opens flow. So when you're doing that, you're not lingering in the past, you're releasing the past. So when the past comes knocking, it's because they're energetically, whether they're conscious of it or not, whether they're physically conscious of it or not, the binds that the hooks that they had in you where energy was siphoned, where they made you feel a type of way that made them feel better. Because hurt people. It's a cycle of abuse. It starts at birth and sometimes pre-incarnation. You get people who are hurt get power by hurting people. That's how the cycle siphons, and it siphons up. And it's not even about us. We're just pawns until we break free. And we break free by doing the work and working on what's hurting us and releasing it. So if someone is pulling on you from the past, that bond is about to break for your freedom, and they don't want it to, because the entity that controls them, what's in charge of them, because they're not in charge of self, needs you. And all the other ones, it's not just you, okay? It's not even just you. But if you're super in your light, then yeah, your light is bright, and it's like a powerful force, you know. I don't know, this is looking at me. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. Come on, it's time for expansiveness. It's time to step out of our perception and into a wider perception of reality. We're done playing matrix games, okay? So if someone's pulling on you, if you're thinking about someone, if you're going back and reminiscing and coulda, woulda, shoulda, it's showing up for healing, but it's showing up to let go. To let go. Divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. So you come into that eternal space of love. That's where you're going. So you let it go with love. Okay.
Mommy, can I have one marshmallow?
Pause again. Let go of ego. And we're all doing that. We're all working on that. You know, we're all working on that. And this is coming up. Kindness counts, okay? Kindness with self. Kindness with self. because you are going through a transformation. Okay. So what am I getting? Where is this going? Oh, this card keeps popping up, keeps popping up. True offering. It says, true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. So, what's coming up for me, there's this cycle I'm wanting to get out of, and it's like a storm that's coming for me, because it's always a storm. It's always a storm. It's not my storm. It's not my storm, but because I don't live in that storm with this person, they want to make it my storm. You know, anytime something goes a way they don't like in their life, I'm thrown under the bus for, well, what about my life? And it's like, I'm trying to live my life, trying to heal my wounds, my inner child. I'm doing my healing for me. And you're getting mad at me because I don't want to take time out of my healing to, for the 100 millionth time, give you advice on your healing, for you to only get angry when I speak. This person wants to have a one-on-one talk with me. Anytime this has ever happened, it's a screaming match. So I don't want to repeat that cycle. I don't want to go into that lit up portal under the storm cloud. Okay? Look at the rain's coming. This is nice. Let's open the window. These windows are heavy. Let the rain in, baby. I don't want to go into that circle anymore, and not talking to this person, they perceive that as I'm being cold, I don't care, I'm a bitch, there's all kinds of different ways this person feels because I don't want to have this conversation about something that doesn't even exist in my reality. This is unhealed stuff between my mother and my sister. This is their unhealed stuff. I'm healing my own stuff. And I don't celebrate birthdays. I don't celebrate holidays that are created through this matrix to ignite emotions and feelings that are only for channeling and harvesting my energy to an external self. For external validation. I don't count years. I do celebrate self. And for healing, I am going somewhere with my mother. And that's making someone feel some type of way. It's none of my doing. This is not my trip. I didn't pay for this. She cashed in an investment 2 years ago, purchased some stuff. I've been calling her every day. She hasn't been well enough to take the trip. And then the trip she's supposed to take with my sister, because she's taking one trip with each child for this. And she's told everybody this. She's been talking about this for 2 years. The fact that they are getting triggered and in their feelings about it right now just goes to show how much they haven't been paying attention. Not my problem. Not my problem. The person who's triggered is in a state of unwell, where life is lifing and karma is happening, all of their own doing, because they're a work witch. They speak nothing but negativity all day, every day. When they talk to me about other people, it's never nice. And that when they talk about me to other people, it's never nice. And then they sit and say, I do for everybody, but why does no one want to do for me? But they don't know how, where to go to do this. Because when they do things, it's for validation. And I brought that up to this person many a times, and I'm just attacking them. So we exist in different realities, and I am on my path of healing, and I have closed the door to that cycle, but the cycle is knocking, and the projections are coming. So that is, practice moderation, right? Let's burn, guys. Let's burn some more. Let's release, okay? If you're watching me, my board fell off the wall when I got up to close my door, and under all of the pictures, because I have a cork board that I have put a lot of pictures on because I'm doing this inner child healing thing, and when music comes, a lot of my channeling, I channel through music, and I wrote Earth Song. Did you ever stop to notice? Purple Rain, what have we done? What about us? Do you remember? And I circled you and separated remember and wrote dismember, and then come together. And I separated come to get her. I was going deep, but there's some family pictures on here, and there's some people I didn't put up there, and those people all have stabbed me in the back with their words, projections. And then there are some on here who have, but what I guess I'm in a phase of healing from these people, because they wrote, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I can do anything. And I've circled hearts, healing hearts around these people, and I said, yes, I can, yes, you can. And when it fell off, some pictures came off, and behind it was the man in the mirror, because Michael Jackson was on when I wrote that. I'm looking at the man in the mirror, and that's what this all comes back to, self. Whatever you want to say to me, go into the mirror and say to self, because I am just a projection. I am just a trigger. This is a trauma bond. I am an activator of karma. I'm activating your karma. I'm activating my karma, because I am stepping into my awakened self. And there's nothing else I can do but walk the path. That's it. Follow the golden rule. Be of service. Like, that's it. That's my path. That's the path I'm walking. I'm choosing to walk. Stay in the light and you'll be all right. So if you are not in that path, if that is not a path for you, where'd it go? I don't know. This is what's calling. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. Okay? It's a sacrifice to love. And love is that love you feel when you look in the mirror, that love for self. Because when you have that love, you don't need to be validated by anybody. Because nothing out there is nobody's fault. Nothing out there is nobody's fault. We're all playing this role in this matrix, in this Truman Show, and we come here to wake up from it, okay? And we come here because we have a bigger mission at hand. And it's the macro and the micro, and all of the micro is keeping you trapped in that hamster wheel. But when you step out, you come into love, and you ignite that light, and you become Ding, 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 says my email confirmation. You become that light. It's bigger. And you realize that. And you're not afraid of that, because when you're in that other stuff, you're afraid of what's bigger. You know, that big old storm cloud is out there. Bring on the rain, bring on the thunders, bring on the shift. I'm ready for it. Even in that ranky-danky motel with cardboard wheels. Did I say wheels? Cardboard walls. I'm safe. And you come into your heart, you are safe. It's all an illusion. Here it is. Here it is. It's all an illusion. All an illusion. This card, when I pulled this card, oh, it made me cry. You have been worthy to belong to love all along, without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. You are. I am. You are. We are love. We are love, okay? We are. That's our source, okay? That is it. And you might not realize that in this lifetime. And for those of you souls that don't, I send you love for that transition. And may the force be with you on your next mission. But I have a duty to fulfill in this mission. And it's bigger than all of that. It's bigger than all of that. I would love for y'all to walk this path. I would, because I've been trying to take everybody with me this whole lifetime. But I can't do it for you if I can't do it for me. And y'all can't do it for nobody if you can't do it for you. So it is that doing it for you that you came here to do. Are you getting the message? So that's the message for today. As the mail is delivered, I have packages, and I don't celebrate birthdays, but I have a birthday package to get out. So I want to send a shout out to two amazing star babies of mine. I cannot be your stepmother, but my heart, the love that I have for you is unconditional. And Bella wanted to send you presents to celebrate yourself, to celebrate your life, to celebrate your beautiful hearts. And we'll get out in the mail. But I want to say happy Earth Day birthday to you, my beautiful star babies. I love you.